Can I say that I think what has been extraordinary in these 15, 16 years I've been involved with the Ahmadiyya community and become, I hope, an honorary member, is the work of Humanity First and how that has expanded so dramatically. Not just, if you like, in this last year I was in Bosnia-Herzegovina and saw the work that was being done there with the Bosniak Muslims. I think most people know about the work that was done with the tsunami victims in Aceh in Indonesia, where the Ahmadis led on that at the request of the Indonesian government. You may not know the work that was done, in fact, with the Marsh Arabs in southern Iraq when I went to visit there in February to see the financing which has been done by Humanity First of the work of helping with the Marsh Arabs to have a return to the standard of living. But of course what's going on now in eastern Burkina Faso and in Niger, where again Humanity First, and you do not see this on the CNN, on the BBC, but it is Humanity First who are there doing the feeding, doing the help for the people who are starving in those countries. And they have been there for weeks. They haven't just suddenly arrived on an aeroplane. And I think that is something that, as all members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association, that we should take pride in the work that is being done and being carried out. As has been said, I'm no longer a elected member of Parliament or a councillor, but I do hope to continue the involvement, not simply by ensuring that the United Nations recognizes your work. And the second thing which I hope to continue to be associated with is an initiative by you, sir, which is the initiative to light up Africa. What has been mentioned is the work that's being done by the United Nations in Africa, and of course the recent G8 summit has concentrated on through the Commission for Africa and dealing with issues of climate change. And the work that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association are piloting in Ghana and in Burkina Faso on renewable energy is in fact something which I think the rest of the world should look at and copy and see as a way forward. And I look forward to working with you on that. And it's not just energy that will be produced through both wind power and solar power, but also the use of that energy in terms of providing clean water and sanitation in villages which are otherwise unable to receive that situation. Can I, though, take us back to the United Nations? The other thing which I hope will happen in future years is that we will see a recognition of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association as being a key religion within the world and recognized by such by the United Nations. And I hope in the coming months, if the Khalifa wishes it, that the United Nations Development Programme will recognize Humanity First, that the United Nations system will recognize the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association as an extremely important religious movement of the world, and one that needs to be respected. And one that all of us, however humble, wish to continue to be associated. Can I finish on a personal note? As far as I am concerned, I am an ordinary member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association. The late Khalifa was as a father to me, and I found that very comforting, and I sorrowed with all of us when he died 2 or 3 years ago. Can I say that my granddaughter suffered from childhood leukemia and came very close to death. And one of the things that helped her recover, her name is Evie, was actually the medicines which the late Khalifa mixed for her and prepared for her. And my wife, who is not able to be here today, but Juliet, has, with the inspiration of what she saw in Burkina Faso, 3 years ago that the Ahmadi women were doing on the edge of the Sahara Desert in terms of bringing clean water, educating the children, working with the women of Burkina Faso. She is now the president of the United Nations Fund for Women for the UK, and I hope you might invite her in a future year to perhaps talk about the work of the United Nations Fund for Women. So I feel my family are deeply involved with you, and although I didn't get the invitation and I didn't get the car park pass, I was very pleased to be invited when I arrived to speak to you this afternoon. Thank you.